Can these Void Shards fill the void in my heart? Hello everyone, Bront, CatHerder here. We're having some fun talking Raid Shadow Legends, and we are here on the Paws account. We are doing the Ishiyama fusion, and we are here to pull some Void Shards because we have a purple portal, and it is certainly exciting to be finally pulling some Voids during a 2x Void event on this account. Now, we have pulled some Voids before on this account. I've maybe pulled 75 to 100 Voids. I don't know exactly how many I have pulled. I have never hit a legendary in Voids, at least on this account. That would be absolutely amazing. But honestly, the 2x is about epics, and Void epics would be absolutely amazing. I don't have a lot of Void epics. So as far as the tournament points are concerned, we are aiming for 3,000 because I am hoping to skip probably, well, I don't know what I'm looking to skip. Possibly the Dungeon Divers and the gear enhancement event, but honestly, I'm doing very well in the Dungeon Divers, so maybe I won't worry about that as much, and maybe I'll push and just finish that. But yeah, I need 3,000 points. 3,000 points is not too unreasonable for Voids because you get 50 points per Void rare. So as a result, you actually get a good amount of points from shards, so I should be okay for the most part, simply pulling these 26 Void Shards that I have here. That will get me very, very close. I have another 350 points with Yuzan right here, so that should finish up anything I might have otherwise. If I have to go through some mystery shards, maybe I'll even yeet 10 ancients, just to yeet 10 ancients. We'll see. I have enough shards here to make sure I get to that 3,000 points. I mean, heck, this is another 1,000 points of shards and sacreds right here if I get really desperate. I don't think I'm going to get really desperate, so let's grab that Pepsi and let's get pulling. Now, unfortunately, I did not do the summon pool stuff on this account. I generally don't do a lot of the Shogun and the Phantom Spirits. At the moment on this account, I probably should start with that at some point in time, but I have been so focused on, building out the account for other regular content that I really haven't looked into some of the Ascension Dungeon stuff. And since I can't get to 25, the dungeon is a little less relevant for me at the moment. I probably should start pushing into it at some point in time soon. Maybe I'll make some series on early stuff. And who knows, I'm actually getting close to, if we look here at the fragment summons here, I am, well, not close, but I've got Direct Star here. I'm actually getting close to Mithrala. Once I get Mithrala, although to be fair, I already have a, what's her name? I already have Reliquary Tender, so I could make the all-rare 25 Phantom Shogun team if I can get the speeds right. I don't know if I have the gear to get those speeds right and make that work particularly well. Plus, I don't have a lot of ascensions on all of the champions I would probably need. But you know what? We're getting closer, and Mithrala would be a great champion to build on this account anyway. So with that said, we do have our Pepsi in place. Pepsi is not a sponsor, but Pepsi, we could be. Think of all the money I could make from a sponsorship for you. And honestly, think of all the money you could make from all the wonderful spenders in Raid. They are absolutely amazing. You bring such good luck. Pepsi, let's make this work. So we say some prayers to RNGesus while we crack open this Pepsi. And we'll take that swig. We're going to start off with the, we're going to probably end with the 6 singles, and we are going to do 10 pulls for the first 2 of these things. Now, there are so many Void epics I would love. Honestly, there's a couple of Void rares I would absolutely love as well. So let's get some cool Void champions. There is an epic. Azure is not one of the ones I was certainly looking for. Branch Arm is not too bad. I've got a T-Rex, I believe, already. Nothing particularly exciting here. Another Reliquary Tender. Reliquary Tender is nice to have. I've already got 2 of them, so that's not particularly exciting. This is a very meh pull. I mean, Bulwark, very good early on. Terex is not bad. Branch Arm seems pretty decent. Azure is not great. Azure is one of the worst Void. So, all right. Let's get something cool. There's a Cold Heart. I've got millions of those. I really need a Painkeeper. Tree Shield not. Good champion. Got a bunch. Wow. Am I getting skamazed? Am I really going to struggle? This is scary. All right. So, wow. I'm going to have to figure out how to get a bunch more points in the champion chase if we are pulling this badly. But we are well below rates here. I would have expected 2 to 3 Void epics so far. And yeah, because we are definitely hurting for points. So let's start pulling these 6 pulls. Maybe we'll get lucky with these 6 pulls, saving the best for last. That's always what we do in these shard pull videos, probably, right? Hollow, not particularly good. There's an epic. That is a Ragnar. He's not bad. He's not the epic that I'm looking for. I'm looking for some, some better epics than him, but he's not bad. Ragnar does have he's got the sacrifice his own HP on here, do some decent damage, put a shield up. He's got the decreased defense and weaken on a single target, which is good. He can actually be a fairly good clan boss damage dealer, especially if you're worried about affinity issues. So, not a bad champion, but he is all single target, which is very limiting. He does have the leech on the A1 as well. Could be good for, again, decent clan boss kit, especially if you turn this ability off, especially because it will kill him. Decrease the cooldown of this champion's Gleam of Earth skill by 1 every time this champion loses 15% of their max HP, which he does with this one, so he gets this one off more often. But HP loss accumulated tracked over turns attacks is not affected by healing and other stuff. So so it's basically a single hit that has to do 15 damage or more. So whatever. Not the Void epic we're looking for either. Azur's not particularly great, so this has not been great so far. That is a Blood Feather, another I guess helping make some Blood Maws, so that they're Broad Maws, not Blood Maws. Gear Grinder. I've got a Gear Grinder already. He is a good... I really like this dude, actually. He is worth holding on to for the Ogryn faction stuff until you can get another Reviver in Ogryn. He gives you the continuous heal buff on this champion for 1 turn, keeps himself alive if it's critical. If you're not going to be critical, not a big deal. Heals all allies by 15% of their max HP. This is not a bad heal. I mean, it's only their max HP, but it's a 3-turn cooldown. You get a bunch of bonuses on it as well. So, not too horrible. And then he's got a revive. It's a 5-turn cooldown, single target revive, 50% HP, 50% turn meter. Again, not absolutely amazing, but for a rare, he's a reasonable, usable reviver for Faction Wars, and actually not too bad for Secret Rooms as well. And particularly this heal being chunky enough on a 3-turn cooldown, it could be helpful. Got an aura in Faction Crypt's usable aura as well, so not too horrible. He's not amazing, but I've got him built out on my main, and every once in a while I drag him out for some secret rooms or stuff like that. All right. 2 more. Let's get something good. Wow. This is not going well at all. Another epic? Yes. Another epic. Ooh, Wisteria Vinegard. I actually am not very familiar with her. I don't think she's going to make it into my Faction War team. I'm not sure. What does she do? Attacks 1 enemy 2 times. Each chance has a 50% chance of placing weaken buff on the target for 2 turns, so a decent chance of placing weaken actually. Books up to 75% as well. 1 enemy ignore any increased defense or strength buffs, as well as 20% of the target's defense, so... Okay, single target damage that kills enemy. Increase the duration of all buffs on this champion by 1 turn. Places increased attack and increased crit damage buff on this champion for 3 turns, and grants an extra turn. So there's a 4-turn cooldown, but becomes 3 effectively because of that extra turn mechanic. And this is a 3-turn cooldown, going down to 2 with that skill, although it doesn't match up quite right, so interesting. Increase this champion's attack by 10% for each enemy with 50% or less. So she's a single target boss damage dealer. Not what I need on this account, and not what I need for Faction Wars. So let's take a look and see where are we at with the Summon Rush. Stop it. I'm not buying things. Summon Rush. Champion Chase, not Summon Rush. All right. Oh, we're in better shape than I thought. 2,200. So we are achievable on this. Let's go and grab this second Yuzon, because that is going to be a big deal. Yay, another epic. That'll probably be a Faction Guardian, actually, so that's actually pretty good. And that'll help out my Skinwalkers, so I cannot complain too much. That's another 3,500. So we need 500 points. I could pull 500 Mystery Shards. You know what? We're going to do 10 Ancient Shards here, and then I will pull the rest with Mystery Shards here. But we will do one final Ancient Shard 10 pull. This video, I could use something better to prop up this video. This has been kind of a rough shard pull for the free-to-play. I've gotten really nothing of any use other than maybe Ragnar. And, it is what it is. I guess the duplicate rhino would be not bad. Come on, something interesting, or is this just going to be? Oh, there we go. We got at least one. Okay, that's good. So we got 340 points, so we're in okay shape. So with that, we should be in the champion chase. We should be at, yep. So it's 110 more. So that's all good. I can make up 110 in mystery shards. I am not going to force you to watch that. But yeah, that has been shard pulls. You know, you come in here, you look for things. You hope you're going to get something really, really cool. And did I have 2 Sepulchre Sentinels? I have 2 Sepulchre Sentinels. I did not realize that. Get those in there. And then in my Skinwalkers, get you in here. You're a good champion. You are not good enough to build 2 of, I don't think. Although, maybe in Skinwalkers, because Skinwalkers is kind of rough. That's an interesting thought. Maybe I'll build 2 of those. So, we'll see. I could certainly invest in one of them as the 4th star from that. We've got a couple of some good supports in the Skinwalkers, though, too. So, hey, let me know how your polls did. Hopefully your polls went better than mine. Pepsi has let me down this time, but you know what? We'll stick with them because they have brought me such good luck before. And, hey, you're not going to win every shard pull you do, and that's why I like to post the ones, even if they are kind of meh shard pulls. So, hey, you know, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. Again, hopefully your polls work better for you. Let me know if you get anything interesting this weekend. And I will be pulling shards. Well, I'll be doing some Friday night shard pulls, which will be before this video goes live. And I'm willing to pull shards for people on CatHerdays, as always. So if you want your shards pulled on live stream, stop over on my Twitch. Link is down below. So hit that like button again. You guys are awesome. Hit that subscribe button. I would hit the like and subscribe button to you if I absolutely could. You guys are absolutely amazing. And until the next video, I'm Bront, CatHerder.